So it's Sunday morning and we had rain in the forecast for today. We had dire warnings of high winds and hail, and we woke up this morning and most of the rain was taken out of the forecast, and we have a little bit of light rain threatening us, but then it's supposed to be done by like 10:30 or something. And I now have Ginny on the radio.
Good morning.
And she has only been riding for how long?
Well, I've only had my bike a little over a month, so a little off and on before that on your bike, learning. So let's say 6 weeks
And there,
total.
And there she is back there on her new to her 2003 XT225 Yamaha, only because we couldn't find any TWs.
Right. I'm having fun. Great little bike though.
Would you still rather have a TW?
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying how lightweight and nimble this is. I mean, I like the TWs. It was a great bike to start learning on, stability, but I don't know. It's going to be a toss-up for a little while.
Well, we got into some muddy holes yesterday, and I mentioned that you had an advantage over us because some of those holes were deep and they were small, so you like drop into them and pop out of them again. And with your 21-inch front wheel, it had to be smoother than with our little 18-inch wheels.
Right.
But then you haven't ridden a TW through that kind of stuff, so
yeah,
you have nothing to compare.
Exactly.
So this little road has special memories for me because my family used to come here every Easter back when I was a kid, and sometimes Easter would not be as warm as right now, and sometimes there'd be still snow on the road, and I think at the time it was still closed to vehicular traffic until like Memorial Day or sometime later after Easter. So there was a lot of hiking here for the people who were willing to venture out in the cold, the pre-season weather. And it was always a popular thing among a whole group of kids who would converge every Easter at the campground, and they came from all over. And then we sometimes would only see them that one time of the year, but we would all get together and we would play kickball and mush ball and then do our hike out to the fire tower. And when there was snow, there were rocks up ahead. A few of us would run ahead to the rocks, and then we would ambush the rest of them with snowballs as we came through the rocks. So Ginny, what would you say is like what are the top things that make you enjoy riding?
Gosh, I don't know. Maybe it's, I'm 53 this year. It's the challenge of learning something new. I think it's always good that we put ourselves outside the box and challenge ourselves to something. And, I've been friends with you guys for a while and watching you ride. And yeah, gosh, that's a hard question, Mike. I'm just enjoying it. I really, truly am. I mean, obviously we can ride these great back roads, forest roads, and see some amazing places. It's just turning into a fun little sport for me. I'm really enjoying it a lot more than I thought it would be, to be honest.
And your ultimate goal as a van lifer is to haul the XT on the back of the van, and then when you're set up for camp somewhere, then you will have the bike to get around on and go get the groceries and stuff.
Correct. Yeah. And I already have a friend I'm going to meet up with, and we will be riding together. I've been in touch with a couple other people that, as of right now, I'm only Facebook friends with. But now that I've posted that I've had a bike, we're kind of making some tentative plans to meet up. And Pennsylvania is a beautiful place to ride in, but we're also, I'll be riding in the desert. Arizona will be
can use it to explore further.
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly. Yeah, one of my friends even brought up the other day, we were talking, and he's like, he thought it'd be a great opportunity to scout boondocking spots. You know, when you're out in the desert, you see a road, and, you know, camping is just dispersed out there, so you can basically just pick a spot and set up camp wherever you want. But sometimes when you're hauling a big old van down through some back roads, it can get a little sketchy and you're worried about getting stuck. So you could use your bike to kind of scout out locations ahead. So I thought that was kind of a good point as well.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'll make new friends, you know. Common interests attract common, you know, people that have the same. So once people see the bike on the back of my van or parked at camp, I'm sure it's going to attract a lot more people and have some great conversations. That's been my number one favorite thing about van life, is meeting the community of other nomads and just meeting new people and having great conversations and learning about them and the area they live. So the bike will be another great talking point and conversation starter for that.
So this morning we were finishing our breakfast and waiting out a little bit of light rain, and spotted a couple of fawns walking right by our campsite. I didn't get any video of it though, but Ginny saw them first.
Yeah, they were really cute.
We've had lots of visitors. Our little chubby squirrel friend, and then the chipmunk with no tail, and then the chipmunk with the tail.
Right. And the raccoon overnight.
Oh, and then, yeah.
Got into camp.
I never heard it.
Chewed up the paper towels.
So this is our last day here at Cook Forest. Just a quick weekend getaway. And it's only, well, it took, we rode 40 miles from our house to here, and we took a couple of roundabout ways, some back roads. So it's not far for us. It's a great getaway. How many miles did we log on back roads yesterday?
Just about 51 from camp to camp last night. So, because I drove the van and hauled my bike and met Mike and Tamara at camp. So it was a great day. I really appreciate you guys taking me out, helping me learn and giving me tips, and being patient through my frustrations of certain things that aren't coming along as fast as I like. But you guys are great instructors and teachers. I'm glad to have friends like you guys.
Well, as critical as you are of yourself, we will still say you've picked up riding faster than anybody we've seen.
I appreciate the compliment. It always helps when you're learning a new hobby if you have friends that are obviously already doing it, you know, with equipment like we talked about. You let me ride your TW to get started, and the great lessons just in the backfield, right? It obviously makes things easier when you want to try something new.
And then next weekend, your riding abilities will rise to the next level when you go to off-road camp, adventure bike camp at the Mountain View Motorcycle Campground in Elk Park, North Carolina.
Yes, yeah.
We were just down there last month for the gathering of the goats.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. The description of the class is for women. It's a beginner's skills class, I think is what it's called. And the description is, you know, for anybody that's ready to take their skills from the street to the trail. So it'll be an all-day Saturday event, and really looking forward to that.
One extra little perk for us to come this weekend was they had the French and Indian War reenactments here in the park, and we had never been to, none of us had been to it before, so it was kind of fun. And they're continuing today, so they have battle reenactments in the forest just as they would have done it back then with what they have. They had French, the British, and of course Indian warriors, and then what else? There were some Scottish, some Highlanders. I don't even know how that all comes together in history.
Kind of failing on my American history here.
We didn't spend a whole lot of time learning, but it's a great opportunity to bring the kids, let them learn a little bit about history and see it sort of come alive and get a feel for what it was like back then.
Yeah, I enjoyed the encampment, seeing everybody's camp and the authentic setups they had, their clothing.
Well, now we're back on the boring pavement.